Hello everyone. I'm going to finish reading before Shibboleth now. When I left off, the astrologer and the healer were preparing to go on a journey to meet the messenger. The astrologer took frankincense for use in spiritual practice. The healer took the gift of myrrh to treat wounds. On this particular evening, when the stars and the planets were most propitious and Jupiter was scheduled to make the way for the sun, they climbed the steps leading from their underground sanctuary. The night was crystal clear, and they made their way to the palace, where they were joined by the queen, who brought gold coins to give to the messenger, enough to assure comfort and success during his mission here on earth. The three of them found the messenger right there under the star, as was planned, and presented to him their gifts. The messenger grew up well and became a builder of homes. He was able to practice his trade anywhere, and so he traveled to learn and experience. And during his travels, he discovered what happened to all the ruined villages where he did a lot of his work, rebuilding and helping people. Over the course of many years, he saw what was happening, that the payola was disappearing, and as a result of this, all the business was slowing down more and more. And then one day, he saw where it was going, to the temple. This made him very angry for the first time in his life. He knew this must get fixed, because now he could feel the people's frustration himself, and it was a terrible thing. Coming, a bolt of lightning from Zeus. By this time, the messenger was well traveled and understanding of the ways of mankind. He knew they were not imperfect, but for now he could see that they did not know what they were doing regarding the payola, and he knew they were being tricked. In any case, what was important is that the message be delivered. The message. The payola is hoardable. It is easily removed from circulation and hoarded, even hidden, in order to manipulate everything which has to do with the development of mankind, the human race. Very powerful magic, and in the wrong hands, very dangerous. The golden cow is the symbol of distraction. You hard-working people are being manipulated. Your progress and potential is being derailed or pulled back, restricted, at a very crucial point, just when you would have more time to devote to refinement of all physical activity and creation, and also of spiritual development. Raising your ambitions to higher aims on your way to becoming fully developed and integrated hybrid beings, part physical and part spiritual, even able to launch into space to prepare new worlds for God to come. End of message. The messenger began his campaign, and it wasn't long before the alchemist felt, and shaking his head said to himself, no. And he called upon his helpers, the Vikings, and his own messengers, which were many, and like him, also powerful, having plenty of magic gold coins. They all began to deliver a message especially designed to interfere with the truth message, gossip, just to keep from changing the ways of the alchemist, the established ways. This confused the people even more than they were already, and it even made them angry. The gossip made it really hard on the messenger. The people were suspicious of him because of the gossip, and he could only find a few to join his mission purpose. It even became dangerous just to be around the messenger or have anything to do with him. The payola was so scarce that people would do just about anything in order to get some. Eventually, the people were so confused and desperate and angry that they voted to get rid of the messenger. They even let a crook off the hook and gave that punishment to the messenger, who stood by, just watching, witnessing. He understood that the people knew nothing about how the payola was functioning, and that they had been tricked by the alchemist and his gang of money loaners and changers. And he knew who is funding the troublemaking Vikings too. And the messenger also knew that he was specially sent by the invisible ones. The invisible ones are the most powerful. To be invisible is one of the highest forms of magic, but it is a secret which is known not only to good magicians. So, there is this problem, even in the invisible realm of dark and light. Nevertheless, it all must play out in the physical realm. Otherwise, what does it matter? The messenger decided to use his backup strategy called forgiveness. This would lead to the least amount of trouble in the physical realm and also leave love in the heart. And since love is the spark of life, it was more important than the money message. The truth would have its justice. It was a bad day for the messenger, and even he had a question for the invisible ones who had sent him. What happened? He asked, after almost everybody had left, and he was just in the quiet, hanging out, practically all alone. Clouds rolled in, and rolling thunder sounded, and then a bolt of lightning. "It's not over yet, don't worry," a voice came from the sky. It seemed to come from everywhere. "The truth never dies. The messenger will be back." Then his friends took him away with them and healed him. As they walked away, the wind stopped blowing. No breeze at all, and there was absolutely no sound. It was a little bit eerie. And then a whisper. "Understand this, that when the cause disappears, there disappears with it the effect. Cause equals hoardable money. Effect equals very bad usury. Worse and worse." A shiver ran down their spine, but they were okay. And the message was very clear. They followed just the breathing. How it was happening, naturally, for a few seconds. A deep breath entered their lungs, and it even flowed deep in the ground below. Exhaling, inhaling. They walked on, and they knew where they were going. To be continued.